is 32 days until the election, and news is just dropping faster and faster. This time, Bruce Springsteen is out with a viral video that Trump is going to be pissed about, because the very people that he needs to win over and keep are the people that Bruce Springsteen is speaking to in this video. And also, Rudy Giuliani's daughter is also blasting Trump and J.D. Vance, as she has now come out in support of Kamala Harris. Rudy Giuliani's daughter is supporting Kamala Harris. This should be a bigger deal. So there's a lot of news, so let's just get right into it.
It was definitely not a decision I came to lightly. Figuring out how to articulate these feelings with the storm that I've been experiencing over the last couple years, the emotional storm, was really hard. And also figuring out if I had the fortitude to share it, knowing that it could definitely damage my relationship with my dad in the last years of his life, was really, really painful. But at a certain point, earlier in this election, I think it all felt kind of surreal when Donald Trump became the candidate. It was like, I can't believe this is really happening after everything that he's done to our country, after being the first president to not participate in the peaceful transfer of power. Like, it didn't feel real. And then, you know, I'm recently engaged. I'm thinking about having children. I very much want to have children. And one day I just thought about what I would say to my children in the future. And in that moment, everything just became incredibly real. Like, I want to live in a country, if I have a little girl, I want her to have autonomy over her body. And if she becomes a boy, I want her to feel safe and respected in this country. And no matter the gender of my children, I want them to live on a planet that's habitable. And I would really also like them to live in a democracy. So it just, the stakes all hit me at once. And I knew I had to use every resource at my disposal to get this message out there.
I don't know about you, I found that to be so powerful, because first off, I don't think of Rudy Giuliani as a father, but he does have children, and it must be hard if you are his daughter and you feel differently about politics, but you still love your father in whatever way you do. I mean, I have a mother who is not politically aligned with me, but I still love her. And I can't imagine it being taken to that degree where, like, let's say my mother were like the leader of the MAGA movement. Finding a way to still love your mother and also have to do what you feel like is right for your country politically. I just think it's incredible. God, I feel very moved by it. I just think it's incredibly brave. I think the thing that is really meaningful about that too is that she is thinking about not just herself, but her family and her country. And it's also very similar to what Liz Cheney's doing, where she's putting so much aside, because the fight we are in right now is bigger than one party. This is about the country. And I think like this, her speech right there really spoke to that and spoke to me in a big way. And Bruce Springsteen just came out literally moments ago with the same message, though I think impactful in a very different way, speaking to a completely different set of voters. And like I said in my intro, I do think that this is the type of person that could move voters. I don't think celebrity endorsements matter that much, but this is all about permission structures. So Liz Cheney, Dick Cheney, Taylor Swift, Rudy Giuliani's daughter, Jeff Flake, who's a senator, was a former senator in Arizona. I don't think each individual one matters, but added up in their whole, I think their sum is bigger than their parts. Here is Bruce. I'm going to play Bruce Springsteen's video in full because I actually found it to be really, really impactful and very well said. So here it is, and I'll see you on the other side.
Hi, I'm Bruce Springsteen. Friends, fans, and the press have asked me who I'm supporting in this most important of elections. And with full knowledge that my opinions no more or less important than those of any of my fellow citizens, here's my answer. I'm supporting Kamala Harris for president and Tim Walz for vice president, and opposing Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. Here's why. We are shortly coming upon one of the most consequential elections in our nation's history. Perhaps not since the Civil War has this great country felt as politically, spiritually, and emotionally divided as it does then at this moment. It doesn't have to be this way. the common values, the shared stories that make us a great and united nation are waiting to be rediscovered and retold once again. Now that will take time, hard work, intelligence, faith, and women and men with the national good guiding their hearts. America is the most powerful nation on earth, not just because of her overwhelming military strength or economic power, but because of what she stands for, what she means, what she believes in. Freedom, social justice, equal opportunity, the right to be and love who you want. These are the things that make America great. Donald Trump is the most dangerous candidate for president in my lifetime. His disdain for the sanctity of our Constitution, the sanctity of democracy, the sanctity of the rule of law, and the sanctity of the peaceful transfer of power should disqualify him from the office of president ever again. He doesn't understand the meaning of this country, its history, or what it means to be deeply American. On the other hand, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are committed to a vision of this country that respects and includes everyone, regardless of class, religion, race, your political point of view, or sexual identity. And they want to grow our economy in a way that benefits all, not just a few like me on top. That's the vision of America I've been consistently writing about for 55 years. Now, everybody sees things different, and I respect your choice as a fellow citizen. But like you, I've only got one vote, and it's one of the most precious possessions that I have. That's why, come November 5th, I'll be casting my vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Thanks for listening.
It really does feel like we are in a historic moment. Now, I don't know what the other side of this moment's going to be, but history will be made when we are on the other side of it. That will be on November 6th. And I was just thinking to myself moments ago what it would feel like on election night if Pennsylvania starts flowing in, Michigan results start flowing in, and it's looking like Kamala Harris is going to win. I get emotional thinking about it right now. So if that makes you emotional and excited, I would just suggest to you, do what you can to make it a reality, because we only have 32 days. We have 32 days. And I don't want you in 33 days to be thinking about what could I have done a week ago that could have made the difference.
I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?